Hello, my name is Jamarcus Lowe. I'm the CEO and founder of development program JAMBITION. And today is our first official episode of our new program rolling out called JAMBITION Amplified. And I have special guests here, Miss Paula Simpson from Hillcrest High School. She's the assistant principal. Would you like to say anything?
Hi, everyone. I find it an honor and a privilege to be interviewed by Jamarcus today, and I wish him much success with his JAMBITION program.
Thank you so much, Ms. Simpson. So I'm just going to ask you a couple of questions to get your feel about ambition, the students here, and just about how can programs like JAMBITION help push students farther. So my first question is, how do you hope to make a lasting impact on students?
Well, I hope to make a lasting impact on students by providing them a safe space to come talk to me without judgment. Just making an impression upon them, knowing that they have a place in the school where they can come and they have a space where they can just be their true selves. And I feel that by being that way and by being transparent with them and honest and open with them, not sugarcoating things, just letting them know how it really is, that would have them respect me just as much as I respect them, and it would make an impact outside in the classroom and outside the classroom.
That's great, and I can say you truly do that every day. So, to explain and elaborate a little bit more of what JAMBITION is, it's a program that is going to help entrepreneurs, leaders, and creators to be more active in their community, their schools, just in their life, and help them succeed. Because as by the places we live, there's not really many programs or many places that push, hey, being an entrepreneur, you can have your own business or you can create something that is yours. So I want to ask you, how do you think programs like JAMBITION can help strengthen students' voices?
Well, first off, I think it would give them a voice, to pique their interest, because, who does not want to have their own money? Who does not want to make their own time and have their own time, card? So I think it would benefit the students in the area to have an outlet like this, and a resource to provide things, information to them to learn more about it, because everybody has some form of ambition. It's whether you act upon it or not. And so I think that this would be a good resource for the students in this area.
That's great. That's very true. Thank you. How do you lead by example?
I lead by example by not asking someone to do something that I wouldn't do. For example, if the students can't have phones in the hall, then I shouldn't have my phone in the hall. Okay? If the students aren't supposed to wear hats, then I don't need to be wearing a hat. And so I try to, if I want someone to act a certain way, behave a certain way, speak a certain way, then I'm going to act, behave, and speak that way. Because when they see you doing it, then they're going to expect that of you, and I'll expect that of them. So it's like leading by example is just a way of life. You want someone to do as you're doing. It goes back to, the golden rule. Treat people how, you want to be treated. So you have to lead people how you want them to follow.
Great. That's very correct. I know oftentimes I find myself being a little harder to conform to rules when I don't really see it being upheld by people that matter, you know what I'm saying? Or people that not so much as matter, but the people that really are supposed to be showcasing it. So yeah, that's great that you make sure that you exemplify that behavior to the students so that they can return with the same respect. Okay, so if ambition had a theme song, what would it be? If ambition or success had a theme song, what would that song be?
Okay. Well, I like all genres of music, so I would think, I have two that just came to mind. One of them would be like Erykah On and On, because in her song, in her lyrics, she's talking about how you know, you just got to keep going on and on, no matter what's going on around you. You have to keep that moving. And then the second one is my favorite. I'm finna date myself. With Eric B. and Raquel, you know, thinking of a master plan. Okay, thinking of a master plan. There's nothing but sweat inside my hand. That means that you're thinking of a plan and you are willing to work, because you're not gonna be sitting there doing nothing and you've been sweating. You know, something seriously wrong with that's happening. But yeah, so I would say Eric B. and Raquel, paid in full, and that first line of it says it all.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay. How do you hope to make a lasting impact on students?
I hope that I could make a lasting impact on students by, like you asked in an earlier question, leading by example. I hope they could see the way I handle situations, good or bad, you know, and just kind of say, well, you know, that turned out for the best. That could have been worse, but it was handled this way. So I would think I could make a lasting impact on students by leading by example, you know, talking to them, and again, giving them that safe space to express themselves.
What's one moment with the student that reminded you of why you do what you do? What's one moment that a student, you saw that student in, or what they were doing or how they were carrying themselves, and you were like, hey, that's why I'm here. That's why I get up and come here every day.
Okay, so if you don't know, being an educator is not instant gratification. It's not. If you're looking for, you know, instant gratification, you're in the wrong field. So I'm going to say it was years ago, because I taught at in Covington County for like 27 years. So it was near the beginning of my career over there. And I had a student that we went round and round. Nothing was ever right. You know, it was something every single day. And so he passed on to the 8th grade. Okay. And they moved me up to the 8th grade too. So I had another year with this kid. And it was like pulling teeth trying to, you know, do anything when he was in that class. So he moved on. He passed on to the 9th grade. Thank you. And I want to say I went on, and it was hundreds of other kids came through after he went on to high school and pursued his career. And so one day I was in class teaching. I taught English, and we were talking about a story or something, and this figure appeared at my door. And so when the kid opened the door, it was this Marine standing there. And I'm like, okay, you know, can I help you, you know? And he came in, and when he took his hat off, I automatically realized who he was. Oh, wow. You know, and then he came in and he told the kids, you know, I was a hard head, I was this, I was that, but when I was out there training and when I was out there in the field, some of the life lessons that Miss Simpson told me about, I actually could use them. I actually did them. And he just explained to the kids that education is not just what's in the book, you know. A lot of times your teachers tell you things about life that's going to help. And so that young man coming back all those years later. And normally when you graduate from high school and go on about your life, you come back and you want to give all the praises to your high school teachers. But he came all the way back to middle school and thanked me in front of the students and talked to the kids. And it made me, you just kind of well up with pride. You know, I shed a few tears, and I don't cry easy. I'm teared up now, but that's really the first time that I felt any type of gratification or anything from this field of this career that I chose. And it was just a lasting impression that student made upon me by coming back and thinking enough of what I told him.
You know what? That's great to hear, because, you know, a lot of times nowadays, you know, especially, there's not a lot of teachers that really have a passion for what they do, and they don't leave a lasting impact on their students. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just come to teach, and they don't really help the students to engage with them and make them a better person in general. So glad that he was able to come back and say, hey, thank you, and acknowledge you for that. Okay, my last question is, who or what inspired you to work in education?
Well, I'm going to have to say it was just kind of ingrained. My grandmother's an educator.
Mm-hmm.
Both my parents are educators. It was a way of life in my house to go out, teach, and reach out to the people in the community and the young people and pull them in. It was just a way of life. And so that's what inspired me, was to see how they acted, reacted, and interacted with others.
So it was
just natural.
It was just embedded in you.
That's it.
So my last thing I want to say is, Ms. Simpson, I want to say thank you for being a part of this interview, being our first person on JAMBITION Amplified. So I want to ask you if there are any students, any people watching this right now that are thinking about, maybe I want to get involved with JAMBITION. What would you tell them, whether it's a student, a young adult, even a seasoned person, as you would say? What would you tell them?
I would tell them to give it a try. You know, I think this would be a very useful resource, especially if you're looking into becoming an entrepreneur. And even if you're not, it's just a confidence builder. You know, you just never know what you could get from something if you don't try. And don't let people tell you about it. Try it firsthand. Do it firsthand. If it's something that's a fit for you, then awesome. If it's not a fit for you, then just keep searching, because everybody has a purpose, and you'll find your purpose. And JAMBITION, I think, would be an awesome tool for you to use in this area.
Well, thank you so much, Ms. Simpson. I greatly appreciate your interview. So you have a great rest of your day, and
you too.
We hope you continue inspiring students. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Bye.